treatment of the rheumatic, gouty, scrofulous, syphilitic, tuberculosis, dartrous and other morbid constitutional states, also for asthma, consumption, bronchitis. Empty persons are often ordered to near the neighbourhood of the pine forest. This was to do with the fact that Bournemouth was considered to be a place where people with all those diseases could benefit from the pine forest. So it became very popular. That was my great suit. Come and choose a postcard. Do choose a postcard. Choose a picture. Come and choose a picture. Would you like to come and choose a postcard? He's going to read it to you.
Robert will read it to you.
We find at Bournemouth a place very easy for the enemy to land, being devoid of all inhabiting, and that was in 1574. Unknown author.
Do choose a postcard. Would you like another one? Yes, come on. Let's choose another postcard. Oh, nothing else to there. Presenting Hall's Pine Crystals. These crystals impart to Bournemouth's atmosphere the peculiar healthful odour of the pine woods. The clear, sweet and most healing of all scents in bedrooms, sick rooms and sitting rooms, they exert a most beneficial and soothing atmosphere, acting as a pleasant deodorizer, purifying the air and impregnating it with the refreshing sanitary properties which have rendered the neighbourhood of Bournemouth so famous. Most delightful and invaluable small bottle. And that advertisement, I think, was about 100 years old, and what they were trying to do was bottle the essence of the pine forests of Bournemouth and sell it. Thank you very much.
The sun is very kind to brighten up your life. Have a lovely summer, and I wish you health and happiness, my dear. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, Louise.
Oh, it's Louise, yeah? Yes.
Hello.
What do I see? I see the initial D. Or is that G in your life? Or even J? And I see, yes, destinations far and wide for you to travel to. Yeah, if you save your pennies, you can get there to wherever you want to go. And you can have a bright, long life if you look after yourself. Yes, my dear, life is rich, full of colour and wonderment and excitement. Keep it in your heart, and I wish you lots of health and happiness. Take care. Thank
But what about the one that's about that path?
What about
just
the zigzag? We must do that one.
We must do that. The zigzag path,
Right then,
ladies and
Mr.
gentlemen.
Cheese. Right.
Right.
Okay, I'll mark you in. A
Okay.
1, a 2, a 3.
Come for a walk up the zigzag path. The
No,
zigzag path.
no, Mr. Cheese, you might get it right.
Oh.
Use your arms, use your arms.
My arms.
Your arms.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Come for a walk up the zigzag path. The zigzag.
Mr. Cheese, darling Mr. Cheese.
What?
Even if you're a little Edam, the fact remains that you're not showing them what you're at. Open your arms up. There's your
What are you doing?
arm. There is your left arm.
Ah, I see.
One, two, three.
Come for a walk up the zigzag path with me. For very stout ladies and short-winded men, it's as nice can be. When you go for a stroll on a hot summer's day, it's as cool as a country lane. When you get to the top, if you don't want to stop, you can turn round and walk back again.
And that song, ladies and gentlemen, came from way back when the heroes were here in the 1890s to 1930s.
The 1930s. Now, you were singing a really song last night.
Too busy doing
Get rid of the prop.
my trouble.
10 pence.
Where's the pencil? Right, go into the question.
Is that our Lord now?
Anything you want, yes. Pick which ones you want. Yes, okay. Pick which one you want. That's the nicest one you get.
Oh yes. Oh, Lysander is singing his love song.
Oh, do you think we should go and hear Lysander?
Getting ready for your way.
Hello, Mum. I know you're on there.
Right, we together we stop, together we kiss. Deeply love to the girl by the sea. Thank you. Thank you.
Are you going to give...
No, you can all. Thank you.
Would you like to keep some?
No, you can do
Oh, that's
so.
beautiful. Thank you. I should put them in my vase.
Yes.
No, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away.
The other night, dear, as I lay dreaming, I dreamt that you were by my side. Came disillusion when I awoke, dear. You were gone, and then I cried.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Please don't take my sunshine
away.
Oh, I have enjoyed singing with
Thank
you.
you for singing.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I really enjoyed singing with you.
if you still have a ticket, would you please give it in to the audience back?
Perhaps not. I must go to my...
Two yet?
Oh, right. I do hope the vicar didn't see. Oh, the vicar's beautiful. I didn't realise the vicar was quite that strong. Really, vicar? You've really got me going there.
From where the brass bands play tiddly on bum bum. Oh, I do
You'll get yourself into trouble, Mr. Punch.
Anyone for wish cards? Anyone for wish cards? Have you got your wish cards yet? Would you like a wish card? Absolutely. What we'd like is if you wish to write something down on the front or the back. During the play, there's a particular point where there's some netting. We'd like you to throw your wish card into the netting. You wish about Bournemouth, or thought about Bournemouth, or anything else indeed. The cast will let you know. You never know, your dreams may well come true. You never know. Different colours, different sizes. Do have a choice. How much are they? They don't cost anything, madam. No. No, the bananas cost, and so do the apples, and the programmes, but not these.
I think it's awful to wear, isn't it?
I'm so wide.
Was it Kane? Hello.
Hi, sorry.
It looks awful to wear. Yeah, I should walk. You see, ladies used to do it. Ladies used to float, didn't they?
Yeah.
Where did they sit down?
Well,
Should they?
every time I sit down, the friends down. Ben, last night I think Grandma down.
And welcome to the Bournemouth Community Play 1997, Undercliff and over Heath. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will lead you on a dramatic journey back in time, through the present and into the future, wherever that shall be. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we commence here on the East Cliff, where the ragged treasures of the Heath give way to the edge of the cliff. And we end there, in the magnificent Municipal Museum of Bournemouth. It's not too late to buy your ticket, madam, but hurry and park. Yes, where more treasures await us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What shall be revealed? We aim no less than to expose the soul and heart of this town by the sea, Bournemouth. And on that score, we can promise you many secrets revealed tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, because this museum was given to the public exactly 100 years ago, to this very day, by that eminent Victorian family, the Russell Coateses, sir. Thank you. Along with the town motto, health and beauty, or to give it its Latin equivalent, pulchritudo et salubritas.
Pulchritudo salubritas, populus veritas, hodie, hodie.
Of that more anon. Very good, yes. I'll let you know. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, health and beauty. But when this house here, Heathcliff Hall, was being built for the Russell Coats, and not a lot of people know this, a great discovery was made by the workmen. They found an object in the very foundations. Something ancient, more ancient than anything else. Thousands of years old. And by decree of the Russell Coats, that object was placed in this chest here. Have you all seen the chest? Come a little bit closer and see the chest. There it lies, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be shy, don't be shy. It's quite safe. In there it is. And tonight, that's enough rude jokes about that, sir. Chests indeed. And for the first time tonight, the box will be opened to the public. That is you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Fortunately, we have with us our strong man, Stephen Stromboli. Stephen, have you been doing your training?
Yes.
Are you all set to open the box?
I'm clear.
Here it goes, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing it. There. This must be handled with extreme care. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Thousands of years on. I see incredulity in your faces. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that looks like a habitat lampshade, but you are wrong. This, ladies and gentlemen, is reputed to be a Neolithic crystal ball. A timeless talisman that will trigger our travels through time tonight. What shall we see? Who will read the crystal ball? On hand we have our own psychic Bournemouth's answer to Mystic Meg, ladies and gentlemen. Step forward, Madame Moussaka!
Yes, I see a story. Yes, not a few years ago, but thousands of years ago.
Yes. Where must we go to see this story, Madame Moussaka?
It's this way.
I thought it might be. Hold on! Strike up the band! Come and sit on the mats in the front. Some of the bigger children can sit on the mats as well if they like. You get the best view on the mats. Come along, ladies and gentlemen.
Sonia, there's Sonia. Here. She's right at the back.
Come along, ladies and gentlemen. Take your places. There are lots of mats in the front for the children, or anyone else for that matter. Would you like to come and sit on the mats, madam? God, you'll have a lovely view. That's the place. Would you like to come and sit on the mats? You get a lovely view from there. You'd rather sit on the stove. That's fine. Whoa! Right. Are we all gathered? Very well, ladies and gentlemen. I now look to Madame Osaka to tell us where we have arrived.
Yes, here. Here it starts, the story amongst these stones.
Once, long ago, when the world was young, the sea wasn't salty. Life had just begun. Bournemouth was beautiful, more than pool, fresh water from the stream, fruit and veggies growing on the beach beneath the sun.
once long ago when the world was young. The sea wasn't salty, life had just begun. Bournemouth was beautiful, fresh water from the spring. Fruit and veggies growing on the beach beneath the sun. No hatred in sight, no hatred in sight. People were happy, people were happy. No hatred in sight, no hatred in sight. Playing, playing, playing enjoyable games. Everything was alright. Everything was alright.
Enjoyable games.
Playing, playing, playing enjoyable games.
Everything was alright.
Everything was alright.
Up from the volcano, the jelly lights come.
Up from the deep sea, covered in slime. Jelly lights are jealous, seem to see fruits grow. Make monster, monster, monster cow. 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 Yeah.
Here comes the monster.
Here comes the monster.
It made them jump.
It made them jump.
Gleamy and glum.
Gleamy and glum.
Its spinning eyes.
Its spinning eyes.
Drew them helpless towards its jaws.
Drew them helpless towards its jaws.
The bones were hypnotized, hypnotized,
Hypnotized, hypnotized, hypnotized, hypnotized, hypnotized, hypnotized, hypnotized, hypnotized.
So the monster gobbled up all the bones and chewed upon their bones. Then spat them out, one by one, now turned into stones.
The gods held a meeting way up in the sky.
The gods held a meeting way up in the sky.
Stared into the crystal ball.
Stared into the crystal ball.
And saw the people cry.
And saw the people cry. I see trouble. Something's going wrong in the barn. The jelly lights are causing problems again. They've sent an ear-like monster to destroy the barns. We must do something. But what? We must use our powers to drive it into the sea. I summon the power of the sandstorm! The power of the sandstorm!
And even that didn't work to drive away the monster. But then...
we summon the power of hurricane and clouds!
Look at him! Swimming out to sea! That's it! The gods were happy.
Yo! Yo!
Everyone had a celebration, and the few bones that were left alive sang a song. And the song went like this.
The gods were angry, they made the monster pay.
The gods were angry, they made the monster pay.
Forever as an island, he must now stay.
Forever as an island, he must now stay.
Rocks and pebbles trap him deep down in the sea.
Rocks and pebbles trap him down in the sea.
He can wriggle and struggle, but he can never break free.
He can wriggle and struggle, but he'll never break free.
To gobble up you and me.
To gobble up you and me.
And as for the poor bones spat out as stones.
And as for the poor bones spat out as stones.
Some people put them here with some dinosaur bones.
Some people put them here with some dinosaur bones.
Some say they can make your wishes come true.
Some say they can make your wishes come true.
As they keep a watch for monsters protecting me and you.
As they keep a watch for monsters protecting me and you.
That's it.
Our tale is through.
If you look behind you, you can still see that monster. There it is, today known as the Isle of Purbeck, trapped forever in the sea. But Madame Musaka, it is time for our journey to continue. We must retrieve the crystal ball. Where will it lead us next?
Yes. Now the story takes us to modern times. The year is 1997. Yes, this way.
Make way for Madame Musaka. All on, Fred.
Patient waiting for the number 3 penny bus to arrive to take us into the square. I say to my mother, can I ride upstairs? Then the smell, marvelling at the smell of coffee at life.
A happy atmosphere of picnics, music, laughing, and people dancing on the grass.
It began snowing on Boxing Day in '63, and by New Year's Eve it was 9 inches thick. I was in the choir at St. Peter's and had to catch a trolley bus near Cemetery Junction. But the poles kept springing off the
wind at
wires.
Finsbury Head. The day we went there with our blue kite, such grey white clouds and deep blue sky. And there were several other families flying their kites. Lots of laughter as they sped over the skies and shrieks.
Traffic came to a standstill until the conductor took a long pole with a hook under the bus and caught the contact pole swinging wildly around from the bottom.
Too strong, making it hard to stand upright. We walked on round the headland, leaning into the wind, and made shelter. I remember coming to Bournemouth on a shopping trip to spend my maternity grant. Joe and Ellie were toddlers then. We went into mother care in Commercial Road. It wasn't traffic free in those days. To buy things for the baby house, exactly. I went to the ice show with my auntie and cousin. I remember waiting for the bus, and she sat me on a garden wall while she folded up hand. I remember the feeling of being a young mum, keeping an eye on two lively toddlers in the busy streets. And then we went into Debenhams for lunch. When I go there now, I often think of it and see other young families. I always go to the window seat for that view over the square, as we did then.
Those lazy afternoons on the beach with friends, out on the pedalays by the pier, laughing, eating pizza, sunbathing. Then on warm evenings we look up at the stars and moons on our next saint, and then we'd...
New Year's Day, 1997. My boyfriend and I left a nightclub in the early hours, and it was snowing, and the sky was lit up with stars. We couldn't get a taxi and wondered if we'd encounter any trouble walking home, but everyone we met was full of goodwill.
got sandy beaches and gorgeous girls.
Got all the best clubs and a Sega world.
We got sunny weather
And a lively pier.
We got parks and gardens. Ain't no pollution here.
It's a place for the young, our town by the sea. A place for the young, our town by the sea. A place for the young, our town by the sea. A place for the young, our town by the sea.
We got sandy beaches and the gorgeous girls.
We've got all the best clubs and a Sega world.
We got sunny weather
And a lively pier.
We got parks and gardens. Ain't no pollution here.
It's a place for the young, our town by the sea. A place for the young, our town by the sea. A place for the young, our town by the sea. A place for the young, our town by the sea. Bournemouth, our town!
It's not my fault.
Guess this is my future now.
How did I end up like this?
Go and find another town. Spare some change. You're doing your type here.
Help. Get away from me, I don't want fleas.
Please. Sorry, no change.
I came here from afar to see the world, to see a different point of view. I came here to get away, to find a new life for me. Now I'm here where I wanna be, without a home but by the sea. Can't complain, destiny is written. Look ahead to a brighter day. I came here from afar to see the world, to see a different point of view. I came here to get away, to find a new life for me. Now I'm here where I wanna be, without a home but by the sea. Can't complain, destiny is written. Look ahead to a brighter day.
Where would I go? Where would I go?
I want to be free like the sun. That's why I came here.
As free as the sand. That's why I came here.
No, please don't hit me.
No! Please don't hit me!
Why is it always me?
Why is it always me?
God, please help me.
God, please help me.
So, what's going to happen next?
What shall I do?
Where will I go?
Will we be happy?
Or will we be sad?
B.
O.
U.
R.
N.
E. M. O. U.
D.
H.
Bournemouth, our town!
come round. Come on, do come round. I want to talk to you. Come on, get around. Get closer. I don't want to have to shout, do I? That's it. You sit down nicely there. Born and brought up in Bournemouth. Oh, it was a lovely town then. Ever so clean. Everybody very polite. There was nowhere else like it. And I've travelled. I've been all over England. You might not believe it to look at me now, but I was considered quite a gifted dancer. In fact, they said I could have been famous if I'd moved to London. Oh, but I couldn't leave Bournemouth. Not for good.
I was 7. I remember a poster on the railway station in Edinburgh. A little girl playing all alone on an empty beach with a palm tree, golden sands, and the sun was shining, and underneath it said, "Come to Bournemouth, Queen of the Sunny South," and we did.
They say that Bournemouth's a golden place, bright modern town with plenty of jobs. They say it's got a base of its own on the warm south coast.
I belong to Bournemouth. Compared to Edinburgh, there was so much open space. But in those days before the war, everybody seemed to be old or an invalid. Now I'm old, but inside I still feel the same. Isn't it lovely here?
Well, it used to be, but hasn't it changed? And for the worse. I mean, there's all this litter everywhere and a riffraff and crowds like hordes. Look.
Oh, I hold my bag tight.
Well, my friend was robbed by them. And on Westover Road.
No.
Yes, and in daylight. He was going to an evening engagement at the Royal Bath Hotel. He was even wearing a dinner jacket.
Oh, and they swarm about like flies. Wherever you are, they could get you.
I don't feel safe in Bournemouth, not anymore.
No, not safe in Bournemouth anymore.
I wish I could find a job, a place to call my home, where the gentle ocean can sing me to sleep, Undercliff and over Heath, where I won't feel so alone.
Why can't they be more like we used to? I mean, my father said I had to leave school and go to work, and I always did what my father told me. There must be work if they want to look for it. She probably went to university.
But she's not harming anyone.
Well, my father wouldn't let me go to university. He said girls didn't need that sort of nonsense. Work, he said, they've got to work. What to make of it all?
I don't know what to make of it all. I really...
I wish I could find a job and a place to call my home, where no angry monsters can gobble me up, and in the cold morning spit me out like a stone.
Come on, we're going into the museum. I do hope there won't be any of those dreadful moth exhibitions. The Russell Coateses must be turning in their graves. My father always said, you can trust the Victorians. I mean, they were so upright.
I know people who are turning in their graves, and I know people who are sleeping on stones. A place to call your home, Undercliff and over Heath.
Come on.
I liked your singing. Have you lived here long?
I've come to Bournemouth to find a job, and a place to call my home. They tell me it's a brilliant place, but are they telling the truth? I want to find my own space.
I was much younger than you when I came from Scotland to here. It was just before the war. My father got a job as a chauffeur. We were starting out just like you are. But of course in the war, Bournemouth was a different place. Soldiers billeted everywhere. All the hotels were full of them. And of course, I was a child in the war. I went to school. I wonder, I wish I could tell you.
I remember a lesson at school. They told me about a poet.
Oh, that's right. Arthur. He came to Bournemouth just before the end of the war. Let me see if I can remember. Our friend, beyond all these, the living dignity of taste, the unspoken trust, the lightning flash of understanding.
Yes, that was it. That would make a brilliant song.
It would, but let's go and see if we can find what school was like.
I changed it. Look, I'm all the way. And my other one is 2 4
running and shouting, we just want to hear the player and doing it. Come along, guys, dragging those faces, that's it, take it over here for me. Right across, get one there.
Richard, please come here. Come here.
Children, this morning we will be continuing our work on the British Empire. To your left, the African colonies. Behind, India, whose gallant Gurkhas are reinforcing our war effort. To the right, Australia and New Zealand, diggers preparing to help to fight in the Mediterranean theatre of war. And ahead, our own British Army, Navy and Air Force, leading our great army into battle with the enemy. Colonies of the British Empire, please, children.
Africa, miss. West Indies. Australia. New Zealand.
Correct, well done. Now, time for class notices. Would you all stand a little bit straighter, please? Come along now. Right. From June the 40th, June the 20th, 1940, and when is June the 20th? Yes.
Tomorrow, miss.
Correct. From June the 20th, evacuees from Southampton will be arriving here at St Paul's. You are requested to make them feel welcome. You have to remember that they're going to be leaving their families and their homes and arriving here with 48 hours food rations and hand luggage only. You probably know that Miss Frimmer and myself have been touring the streets of Bournemouth to find suitable accommodation for these poor evacuees. Now, you also know that some of the adults in Bournemouth are all pulling together to help the war effort. And we want you to do the same. We want you to extend sympathy and friendship to these children when they arrive. Any questions?
What kind of games will they play?
Well, games just like you play, of course. I'm sure you'll get along fine. Right. We're now going to be starting our exercises. We're going to be doing our drill just like those British troops are doing. Helen, perhaps you would like to lead it. Thank you, dear. And the rest of you on the double.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Well done, children. That was much better. You are now dismissed.
Yay!
If the siren went and we were in school, we would close our books and get up and file in an orderly fashion to the nearest door. And then outside where the air raid shelters were, they were underground.
I wonder if they do come.
Under the earth. Long, narrow holes with boarding on the walls and benches on either side. You could smell the earth. I can smell it now. Do you know, if you ever bury me, I shall know what it smells like, because that's what it smelt like. And then, if this raid was still going on, and we'd finished our lessons, because we did all the lessons that we could, even though we had to do them by the light of a storm lamp, when it came time for home, we couldn't go home if the raid was still on, so we played hangman and other such healthy games, you know. And then, when the all clear sounded, they let us go home.
I think the all clear has sounded now. We will leave in an orderly manner. Natasha's room, would you please, Nina, and mind your heads.
evacuees in our class. Only didn't think of them as evacuees because they lived with the sick children at 11 Derby Road. The house beautiful. Helen Meakin was the eldest of the four at the house.
Beautiful. Only Hen told me what town it is 11 Derby Road. I don't think it's a place to get well in. Helen, where are you going on Sunday?
Nurse Ivy's taking us to Spencer Gardens. We can't go onto the beach. Have you seen the rolls and rolls of barbed wire and scaffolding?
Keep out the enemy? Yes. Did you know that even going to blow out the pitch so the enemy can't reach us?
Helen? Helen Meakin! Helen, you're always last in line. Goodness me, dear. Now run into line or the boogeyman will get you.
There's somebody waits for me. Sugar sweet, so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love and understand.
Stop! Children from the house, beautiful, don't sing that sort of song. Matron doesn't like us to think about the war, now does she, children? Right, this is rest and recuperation time. Fresh air and exercise. Are you ready for your walks, dears?
Yes, that's right.
Well, mind how you go. Come along then. Look at the rubbish you see over there.
I know I am, I'm sure I am.
And lovely bushes over there.
Helen, watch out!
Goodness. Helen? Are you all right to stand back, dear? Oh. Oh, stop there, children. Oh, my goodness. Stand up. Let me see, dear, if I can... I'm just going to have to twist it out there. You're going to have to hobble back as well as you can, Helen. Children into line, quickly. Oh, my goodness. Are you all right, dear? Can you help her? Right. We need to go back to House Beautiful a little bit slowly so poor Helen can keep up with us. Off we go. Oh, dear. All right, dear. Keep going, children, keep going. Come on, children. Matron! Matron Wright, are you there? Matron? Oh, Patrick? Patrick, go and see if you can get Matron as quick as you can, dear.
Oh, you can do it now, Simon, please.
Oh, I'm sorry, Helen. Matron will have to know about it.
Whatever is this fuss about, nurse? What are all you children staring at? If you've had your walk, then it must be time for Sunday school. Am I not correct? What a great fuss, Helen. I might have known this would be your making. Nurse, fetch a bucket of water. And a knife. See, I won't be able to finish the report I was doing for Dr. Robinson. Cover up the butter and jam while you're there. Oh, Helen, how careless of you. The Lord can't always be your eyes, you know. As if I haven't enough to do here without having to write clumsy mistakes like yours. Now, you shall have to think of something else while I cut, Helen. I'm sure you can be brave.
Matron, are you going to cut my leg?
I said not to think about what I'm doing. If you can't be brave, then pray for a stronger character. You will undoubtedly benefit.
Heather, Heather down at my class school says, says they're going to blow up. Blow up the pier. Have you heard that, Matron?
Now, won't worry ourselves about the war. Won't do your asthma any good. Don't bother any of the other convalescents with that kind of tittle-tattle. Don't fuss, Helen. You're very late for Sunday school. I told you to attend to your religious duties some time ago. As you're now wasting my time, tonight you will sit outside my room until 10 p.m. Report to to me immediately after tea.
Yes, matron, straight after tea. I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am. I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I know I am, I'm sure I am. I'm H-A-P-P-Y. I spent most of the war in Bournemouth. 10th of April, 1942. I arrived at the House Beautiful. Big Teddy is put on the playroom piano. I am not. I am not allowed. I'm not allowed to touch. I'm not allowed to touch Teddy.
Attention, children, I have news for you. The British Expeditionary Force has been safely evacuated from Dunkirk. Those of you who saw the small boats and yachts setting off to do their bit will be pleased to learn that our soldiers have been rescued, even in the face of a bloody attack.
Helen, I wonder if Grandad made it back to Chichester.
Now, of course, you'll realise that most of them are going to be needing food and rest immediately. Some of them are going to come here and camp out at our school. School? Come on. Therefore, the school will have to close. This is not an extra Christmas. For goodness sakes. What is going to happen is the soldiers will be arriving here from at St. Paul's. They will be staying in other church halls. Many of your parents, many of your mothers have volunteered to come and help and distribute food and comfort. Teachers have also been requested to assist where possible, so we will have to stay at school. We will not be on holiday like you. So you're going to have to make yourselves be useful at home. Now is your chance to do your bit. You don't look very happy. There are many jobs to be done. Yes, there are. Yes, there are jobs to be done. Messages for the fire brigade, first aid, the Red Cross. I know that the allotment holders are going to need people to help dig the soil. There are many things you can do. But whatever you do, don't get in anybody's way and remember the good name of our school.
Is this being across the war, miss?
Oh, goodness no, me. It's my belief that the army are regrouping for a counterattack against the enemy. So do not worry.
I could bake a cake, miss. I'd like to, but Major won't let us.
You are all now dismissed.
War meant strangers in town. At first it was the evacuees and soldiers that were stationed nearby. Later on, the Canadians and the Americans arrived, and the town of Bournemouth really buzzed with life.
This was the best time we had at the House Beautiful. Strangers! Strangers with us in Bournemouth! I jumped up to that sailor's collar for luck. I'm giving proper American candy. Look, one day Americans go to church with tanks and jeeps all down the Livingston Road. These strangers made me feel special.
I had a paper run, but the school didn't know about it. And one day, I was wandering around and I saw these American GIs. Lads with nothing to do, just wandering about. And they spotted me with the echoes.
And so what they thought was a paper boy coming round.
And they'd say, "Hey there!
Hey there, boys! Hey boys, paper! I'm sorry, I can't sell you these papers. They belong to somebody else. I'm on my deliveries."
And then they'd say,
"Go on, just a little look. Come on, honey. Give us a look, honey. We're all in this war together."
And so I'd hand them the papers, and they'd look for the
adverts to see what was on at the cinema, because they loved going to the pictures. And while they looked at them, I watched, and I wondered what their lives were like in peacetime. And then, when they'd finished, they'd fold them up, and I'd say,
make sure the fold be carefully and in the right order. I don't want to lose my job.
And they did. And they were ever so careful. And I'd collect them up, and they'd go off to the cinema. And I'd go on delivering my papers to the Browns and the Greens and Mrs. Skivington, and old Joe on the corner. He loved his paper. And then one day, I went to where they'd been, and they were all gone. There was no one there. They'd left, and so had all the ships that had gathered in the bay.
Oh, there you are! I've been looking for you everywhere. Where on earth have you been?
1940s.
Well, come on, I'd almost given you up for dead. Were you coming in or not? I don't know why I bothered with her.
Do you know, the old hall is just as it was in Victorian times, when the Russell Topeses gave it to the people in Bournemouth.
They gave it away?
Yes, it's such a special place. You'll have to come inside and see. Do you know, sometimes there's such an atmosphere, I feel as if Sir Merton or Lady Annie will come and tap me on the shoulder. Oh, what's it? Oh, no! Oh, quick! Oh, it is. Anybody's the...
Now where's she got to? Oh, well, I'd better talk to you lot. Now, in a moment, not just yet, in a moment, I'm going to take you all into the museum. But first, a few rules. Now, I don't want any running or pushing. Don't forget to wipe your feet. And whatever you do, I don't want anyone stopping in the modern galleries to look at pictures of ladies with no... We don't want any of that. No, we're going to the Victorian section. That's where you'll find Bournemouth's glorious past. And that's where you'll find the true meaning of the town. Follow on!
Are both perhaps present in time?
Lady Annie Russell Coates requests the pleasure of your company in the dining room.
And time
in the dining room. Lady Annie Russell Coates requests the pleasure of your company in her dining room.
My garden.
Oh, it's such a beautiful garden.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening.
May I sit down here?
Outside, of course you may. Good evening. Good evening. Please come through. Please come through. Oh, visitors arrived. How wonderful. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I do believe your guests are all assembled, Lady Annie.
Thank you. Welcome to Undercliff Hall. I do hope you enjoyed the magnificent views of the sea from the garden. Sir Merton and I are so attached to the seascape. From almost every single window in this building, you can enjoy a wonderful view from the bay. I must say, it's wonderful to have so many refined people here in my home tonight.
Very refined, Lady Annie.
Very refined. Here in our home, you will sight a veritable treasure trove
of artefacts gathered from the darkest corners of the earth. First, some matters of personal interest. If you care to look behind me, you will see a beautiful stained glass window with the Scottish thistle of my childhood.
Oh, I came here from Scotland too.
Quiet now, Lady Annie's talking, if you wouldn't mind. If you could just duck down so everyone else could see the thistle.
You? And behind me here, the English rose of Sir Merton's own English background. How can I forget? Beside me, a magnificent wine cooler. I'm sure you will agree. Sir Lord Napoleon has actually drunk wine from this very wine cooler, and it is also one in which Sir Merton too has cooled his own wine. Sir Merton is my husband, in case you were not aware. To my right, there's a beautiful bust. Oh, it doesn't seem to be there this evening.
Very strange, madam. I believe it has gone to the cleaners.
Oh dear, dirty again. Oh dear. The bust was of Sir Frederick Leighton, who is our favourite painter. His work was so much of an inspiration for many of the exotic features you will see here tonight in Eastcliff Hall. Behind me, on the far wall, one of my favourite painters, Lady Alma Tadema. I do enjoy the contemplation of this intimate work and its title, Always Welcome. That is the very sentiment I endeavour to convey to you, the people of Bournemouth. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sure you're wondering, where are the beloved paintings of my dear husband, Sir Merton? Behind me, one magnificent seascape, I'm sure you will agree. It's quite delightful.
Now that's what I call a proper painting. Real Victorian gentility.
Thank you, madam. But now, let us now go to the main hall, setting of many a musical soiree.
Lady Annie has not finished talking. Please, mind your manners, children.
If, ladies and gentlemen, you would like to follow me.
Make way for Lady Annie. Make way for Lady Annie, please. Thank you very much. This way, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mind your manners, please. No more interruptions.
The artifacts
Who's that through,
I'm
lady?
waiting to receive the rest of my visitors. If you look carefully, they are gathered from the darkest corners of the earth. A wonderful collection of our travels.
Who want to come, Lady Annie?
We're very busy this evening. If you'd just like to move forward a little, please.
The people in the middle can sit, Lady Annie.
The people in the middle can sit. The people in the middle may sit.
Well, it's such a privilege to be a housing.
Oh. That's wonderful.
Please move through. There's plenty of space up this end, ladies and gentlemen. Please move a little way this way so that the last people can get in at that end.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much.
That's right. Please come closer, both strangers and people of Bournemouth, and contemplate this site of culture and wonderment. Amongst the architectural treasures and representations of Scotland, of Italy, of Morocco, reside men and women of history books. Our own gracious Queen Victoria, Oliver Cromwell, and of course, representations of men and women who laid the foundations of Bournemouth. Behind these men lie stories, whispers and truths, some to be revealed, some to remain where laid. Let us now hear some of the stories behind our town, Bournemouth.
These were the documents belonging to the 3 commissioners, who in the year 1802 were responsible for dividing the heathland around the Bourne. Until that time, the heathland had been the domain of the ordinary people, who used it for cutting turf for fuel and for grazing animals. Thanks to these 3 commissioners, it is said, the heathland was saved, common land, and turned into the many fine parks we still have in Bournemouth. But was it really their creation?
Captain Louis Tregunwall, procurer of the very first house on the heath by the mouth of the River Bourne. In 1810, Captain Tregunwall purchased 8½ acres of land from Sir George Iverson Taps and built his house. He sought restoration of peace and happiness on the heath by the mouth of the Bourne.
The stethoscope and notebook of Dr. Augustus Granville, whose opinion of Bournemouth was keenly sought. And in this publication, The Spa Towns of England, Bournemouth's reputation was forged. Pulchritudo et salubritas. Bournemouth welcomes people from London and afar to its town of health and beauty.
Sir George Merrick, a man of upstanding class, a true founding father of Bournemouth, and one who was respected and honoured by the Russell Coateses as they honoured all of his ilk.
And as for myself, I gave to you, the people of Bournemouth, this very building, a vision of tradition and imagination, in which Sir Merton's gift of the artefacts nestle. A feast of treasures from across the seas lie here in Bournemouth's very centre.
Gentle folk of each degree, I pray you listen unto me. To please you all I do intend, so listen to my song. From dawn to dusk as you must see, the horror frowned in each degree, and every day throughout the land they try to stop the labouring man. In former times, as you must know, the poor man cheerful he did go, and neat and clean upon my life, with his children and his wife. And for his labours it is said, their day's wages he was paid, but now to live he hardly can. May God protect the labouring man.
Look how our boots carry the mud. Look how our hands carry the turf.
Said the commoners.
Treeless paths were the heath's veins that led from our hearths and homes, where we stoked fires that grew in the turf. If we wanted bread that was fit to eat, or milk that was fit to drink, we walked out early with the lizards. We walked out early to our own grazing beasts. Heather and birdsong soothed our hunger.
Our mothers said,
look how our boots carry the mud.
Our fathers said,
look how our hands carry the turf.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore.
They try to starve the labouring man.
New hills on the turf talk of slicing up the land with banks and boundaries, dikes and ditches,
Who can help us save us, escape from our fate? Undercliff and over Heath. Who can help us escape from our fate?
We can!
We can!
Set the commoners from Holdenhurst, Kinson, Eyford and through.
Who can help us escape from our fate? Undercliff and over Heath. Who can help us escape from our fate?
Farmer West! Farmer West! To Farmer West! May God protect the labouring man. That's his farm over there.
We don't want any trouble here at the farm. What do you mean disturbing the peace? You know there's the law against racist behaviour.
We need someone who can fight for us.
We want to graze our animals and dig our turf. We don't want any troubles here. You know there's the law against gathering.
Want to take away our long-held grazing rights.
We want Farmer West!
Yes. People here. You know there are laws against people gathered in places.
Send out your master, Farmer West.
Farmer West!
Farmer West! That'd be good, Farmer West, I'm sure.
And a good man he is too. He'll have nothing to do with a mob like you.
What do you want?
We ask you to take up the quill and write to the commissioners for us. We ask consideration for our long-held Turbrian grazing rights on the heathland near the Bourne stream. Can you do that for us?
I can't do that, my dear. Give me a piece of paper, please.
Yes, sir.
Acres of heathland granted to the commoners, King's Park, Queen's Park, Merrick Park. 425 acres of heathland granted to the commoners, King's Park, Queen's Park, Merrick Park. 425 acres of heathland granted to the commoners,
King's Park, Queen's Park, Merrick Park.
425 acres of heathland granted to the commoners, King's Park, Queen's Park.
Lewis, where are you?
Over here, my dear.
I've just been down to the sea. I saw fish in the waves, truly. I wish you could have been there. Oh, you should have seen them, dancing through the waves as though being chased by the wind. I love this place. The coastline's so beautiful. Look at all this golden sand. It stretches for miles. Can we not stay, Lewis? Could we not come here every year? And perhaps build a summer residence near to the sea?
Well, it is refreshing to see you in such high spirits again, my dear. And I do agree, there is a particular quality to the coastline. There may be much gained from this place.
The atmosphere is so uplifting. For just a moment, my guilt disappears. And then I remember. I see his little face, and it haunts me.
We will not allow you to continue blaming yourself. Our child was ill. You did what you thought was right. You must stop upsetting yourself. Now, where should we site this house? facing the sea.
Oh, Lewis, how can I forgive myself? To take the life of our only child. Why did I not speak to the nurse? How can I have been so foolish?
How were you to know the medicine had already been given? Now enough of this, my dear. We must direct our eyes to this vista of sea and heathland, and you must turn your thoughts to the house I will build here for you. Agreed, my love?
Oh, Lewis, perhaps you're right. I will try to put the past behind me. This view certainly is spectacular, and I much prefer the wildness of this heathland to that of Motherford, despite King George's visit.
That's the spirit, my dear. A summer residence near to the coast, and within palpable distance of France. It will bring you happiness, and it shall be built.
Thank you, Lewis, thank you. I can almost envisage a house with many windows, facing the sea to catch the breezes and the sunset, and the heathland behind it, stretching open into the distance.
And 40 years after Mrs. Tregonwell first sniffed Bournemouth's recuperative airs, the town was in need of authentication. And who better to write of her blessings than he who had praised the towns of Bath, Brighton and Cheltenham? I do believe a little encouragement was offered. Dr. Augustus Granville.
Take this way, madam. City Count will be here shortly, madam.
Sure.
Charming surroundings.
Yes.
I've never been to this part of the Bath before. No, neither have I. It's very gracious of Dr. Granville to allow us to preview his speech prior to the luncheon today.
Oh, yes. And it's such a relief he's seen fit to grace Bournemouth with his presence at last.
A relief? I always knew the doctor would come. He and I share a special friendship.
Whatever do you mean, Clara?
Simply that a little persuasion does nothing to harm one's business prospects.
Well, we did give the doctor a bottle of rather fine claret.
Claret? How quaint. Well, let's hope all our efforts will not be wasted, dear, and the doctor will give our deserving town a favourable review.
Here, here. Oh, here he comes now.
Excuse me, good lady. How crowded my drawing room seems tonight.
This is Dr. Count here, madam.
Thank you, my man.
Good morning, Dr. Granville.
Lady Elmore. Good morning. My dear Clara. Good morning. May I take this opportunity of thanking you both for visiting me today?
Oh, quite all.
I believe you would like to preview my speech, perhaps. I thought I might begin my speech something in the manner of, well, something in the manner of this.
Oh, yes.
Having examined Bournemouth in all its parts,
under sunshine, as well as during the prevalence of wet and high wind.
Quite. I have no hesitation in stating that no situation that I have had occasion to examine along the whole of the southern coast possesses so many capabilities of being made the very first watering place in England.
And not only a watering place, Dr. Granville.
Quite.
But what is still more important, A winter residence for the delicate constitutions requiring a warm and sheltered locality.
What?
It might be converted into a perfect blessing.
A blessing? A blessing, perhaps, for those people who do not like to tear themselves from home in such a foreign and salubrious climate.
Bravo, Your writings will no doubt bring favour and future to our town.
Quite.
Oh, good day, Miss Brown.
I must say, Vicar, I didn't notice many of Sir George Merrick's household in church this morning, did you?
People of Sir George Merrick's household were certainly in attendance. I myself counted them in this morning.
Well, I don't think you could.
Yes, indeed. Will you both be present at the Stone Lane for the new cemetery on Thursday? Such an historic and necessary addition for our Bournemouth population.
I could not agree more, Vicar. Health-giving town indeed. Our cemetery space has been taken by those who come here seeking a cure. Thank goodness for the new cemetery.
Yes, indeed. God be thanked.
Oh, it's not God we should be thanking. Mr. Clapcott Dean has in his infinite wisdom...
That kind of commentary could only come from a housekeeper of the lower class.
Oh!
Thank you, Vicar, for your inquiry. Indeed, our whole household is preparing for the ceremony of the stone laying, at the stone laying ceremony in the cemetery. You know what I mean, Vicar?
Yes, I do, yes, good.
From the stable boy through to the lady's maid, our staff will be turned out fit to honour our master, Sir George Merrick's place in Bournemouth.
And when you're all turned out up at Charminster in your Sunday best, just you remember it was who gave the land. Our Mr. Clapcott Dean might not be a sir, but I'll wager he's given most of your household their own burial plots.
If you'll excuse me,
But Vicar, it's not recognition of just rewards. Inviting old Sir George, when it was Mr. Clapcott Dean what did give the land.
You have to excuse me, I've got the choir to attend to. Good day to you both.
Vicar! Good day, Vicar. Good day, Mrs. Smith.
There's no recognition of just rewards in this town.
Vision of conversation halls, grand drives, pavilions, and charming walks in every direction. And, more than the sum of that vision, we seek to give Bournemouth a soul, to provide for those who, like us, reside here. And in the pursuit of that aim, Sir Merton had decided to build a hospital in the town, to treat those with fever and its like. A worthy venture, one would have thought, but one upon which the town's feelings were bitterly divided.
How will this hospital affect the value of our houses, if you please?
An anonymous letter has arrived, Lady Annie.
We must think of sick people, surely, not our own personal gains.
That is all very well for the very privileged such as yourselves, but I don't want my small income threatened.
And what about infection? Surely the good doctors behind this folly need to think about protecting the health of the townsfolk of Bournemouth.
I have 2 complaints about the siting of the hospital, Lady Annie.
I have it on good authority that there is no more danger to you if a fever hospital is placed next door or several roads away. Eminent physicians have advised us.
There is no reason for building a fever hospital near to our healthy families.
Another anonymous letter, ma'am. The 3rd today.
A site has been chosen. Near to some nursery gardens in Boston. Mr. Russell The incident was terribly troubling. But Sir Merton, with the support of a few local doctors, was determined that the hospital would be built. It seemed that the objection lay in the choice of the word fever hospital. So I suggested the word sanitary be used to appease, which my husband agreed to. And a suitable site was acquired near to some nursery gardens.
Oh, I know where that is. That was the old Royal Victoria Hospital in Boscombe. It served the sick of the town for over 100 years.
Until they knocked it down to build low-cost housing.
Well, people do need a place to live.
And look at the lovely new hospital we've got at Littledale.
And what was wrong with the old one, may I ask? I spent months visiting Father there.
As Sir Merton used to say, this town will only grow through change. People may not always like it, but change it must.
It's incredible, Lady Anne. I mean, such a riotous behaviour. And in Victorian Bournemouth, whatever did you and Sir Merton do?
We travelled to the Far East. We were advised to go abroad. The strain of the public rebukes. My husband had consumption.
A blessing for those people who do not like to tear themselves from home in search of foreign and salubrious climates.
But hold on a minute. You came back to Bournemouth, so there must be something special here. The sea's got a lot to do with it. People arriving and working, defending and threatening, changing.
Like the sea swelling and...
taking us with it.
Not just lads like us, the strangers like you.
Come, it's not just all this stuff that's the town.
Come on, come to the future.
Come and listen to some young voices. Every day, fresh breezes on our sea. Let the wind ruffle your hair a bit. We're still alive, and there's lots to do in Bournemouth.
Bravo! The spirit of improvement lives on. Bournemouth must face the challenge of the new.
But what if the old is better, Lady Anne? Like your Victorian pictures.
I'm so delighted you enjoyed our collection of contemporary art.
But Father always said you were such traditionalists.
If I had listened to talk of that nature, madam, I should never have enjoyed myself so much travelling about overseas. Come with me.
But where are we going?
To the future.
And the future's through there?
Through this door.
And are all these people coming with us?
Please, follow me.
Oh, are you sure it's all right?
Hey, wish card.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may go either way into the future. Please, get out your wish cards. Okay.
And time future contained in time past. Bournemouth present and Bournemouth past are both perhaps present in Bournemouth future, and Bournemouth future contained in Bournemouth past. Bournemouth is not made up of places and buildings. It is the community, the people, you. Time present and time past are both perhaps present in time future, and time future contained in time past. Bournemouth present.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Office.
Tick tock, time is running out. Tick tock, time is running out. Tick tock, time is running out. Tick tock, time is running out.
1, 2, 3! Come on, shift it, can't sleep it.
Overcrowded.
Eyes.
Come on, mate. Go and get up.
Morning breakfast.
Space.
We wish for peace.
Heath. We wish for no good.
We wish for respect for the young. Please, come make your wishes. Bournemouth's future depends on you. Please. Put your wish card.
Make your wishes right now.
Bring your wishes.
Bring your wishes and have them. Write a wish, you may have done so. You may just think your wish.
Bournemouth's future depends on your wish.
If anyone would wish to write their wish. Please bring your wishes when you are ready and have them. Step forward and see.
Hey, I wanted that for
Please step forward.
We must be as the ever-changing sea, swelling, smoothing, embracing, enchanted by our place, enchanted by our place, enchanted by our place and our people.
Let us follow our wishes outside.
Still throw your wish in if you haven't.
around down by the West Cliff. One evening at sunset at the top of the Undercliff Drive, I met an old tramp enjoying his beer. We stood at the edge watching a fox patrol the undergrowth, sensing colours all around, lilac, pink and blue-green, all around the sky and the sea. We chatted, and this old man told me how every night he watched the fox and had become friends with it, feeding it pieces of sandwich when he had some. It came very close to him at times. It was a moment shared by two strangers enjoying the evening.
Where do we belong? Where do we belong? Look to the past to find the reasons for today. Where do we belong? Where do we belong? Look to the past to find the reasons for today. Undercliff and over Heath, in the town and on the streets, on the cliffs, in the shops, on the beach, by the square, by the board, by the sea, where we all come from. Where do we belong? Where do we belong? Look to the past to find the reasons for today. Tufton and Tilbury, Southbourne and Springbourne, Boston and Border, Boston and Bowstown, all make our town, where all of us belong, all of us can own. Where do we belong? Where do we belong? Where do we belong? The purest air and healing waves we tell, where gentle mate idea loves to dwell. Pulchritude salubritas, populus spiritus, hodie, hodie, pulchritude salubritas, populus spiritus, hodie, salubritas, populus spiritus, hodie, salubritas, pulchritude salubritas, populus spiritus, hodie, hodie, pulchritude salubritas, pulchritude salubritas, populus spiritus, hodie, hodie, pulchritude salubritas. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, friends. We have travelled far tonight, back deep into the Neolithic past of the Bourne Valley, through the present, to Victorian times and to the Second World War. And as to the future, all your wishes, where have they gone? Let us go and watch, and as we go, celebrate Bournemouth, our town by the sea.
By the sea, indeed. Right, you've got to now sing this. Well, we normally say, I would like a cup of tea, and I really would. I would like a cup of tea. But we could say, let us go and see the sea. Let us go and see. Can you say that? Let us go and see the sea. Let us go and see the sea. Play
Let us go and see the sea. Let us go and see the sea. Let us go and see the sea. Let us go and see the sea.
Thank you for your good wishes, and if you wish to write anything on your evaluation forms, we would be very grateful. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, it was.